Hello, welcome back to Buckle Up. My name is Rob Wilson.
I'm Jasper Bruce Wright.
And I'm Harry George King. And today we've got another exciting Buckle Up triple test for you. And this time it's small hybrid hatchbacks.
Well, yours isn't actually a hybrid.
Shut up! Titles!
So, I think a very important consideration for small hybrid super minis is the price. So, we've got cash prices. Yours is?
19,799 without paint.
Without paint.
Mine is £20,495 without paint.
And this is over £25,000, but we won't dwell on that too much because we've also done some finance quotes.
Sorry, Rob, did you mumble that price then? I didn't quite hear
It's
it.
£25,000.
But also, this isn't a top spec car, is it? Because these are both top spec cars.
Yes.
No, this is the second from bottom.
Yeah, so
What?
what's a top spec car?
A top spec car. I'm glad you asked. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
29 grand, isn't it, Rob?
Something. Yeah, that sounds familiar. But
Basically 30 grand.
It's so vulgar talking about money.
Yes.
So no one buys these cars cash anyway. So let's talk about finance.
Well, this is where you're going to come off a lot better.
Yes.
This might be why I've included it in the test. So,
But I've run a finance quote on an Ultra, the top spec Swift. We've used the same parameters, so those parameters are 6,000 miles a year,
yep,
2.5 grand cash deposit, 48-month term.
yep.
This is offered with a 7.9% annual percentage rate at £230.32 a month.
So using the same parameters for the trophy model of the MG3 Hybrid Plus.
That's top spec as well.
That is top spec as well. You have a representative APR of 8.9%, so I'm a whole percentage point up on you there. And that means my monthly payment is £253.45 a month. So 23-ish, no, £28
More a month.
More a month.
And thanks to Mazda's 0% finance deals that are currently available on the 2 Hybrid, I have a monthly figure on those same parameters of £235.47 a month.
Yes, now it's probably worth mentioning though that yes, you have a deal. If
Yep.
you didn't have a deal, you would definitely be paying more.
Yep.
But also, it's not particularly uncommon for these two manufacturers to be running deals as well. So
Suzuki are currently running a deal. So say if you wanted to take that extra 1.5 grand you were going to spend over the course of your loan, Jasper, and gave it to me instead, I could then put 4 grand down on this car, or a 20% deposit, and get 0% finance. So that that makes this £150 a month
but,
but
that's only for 2 years.
for
Yeah.
2 years.
But
So-
because I came up with the test,
You've won.
no, I haven't won.
Well,
That's still won. I just
Yes.
haven't come horrifically last.
No, you've come second
Yes.
in your vastly more expensive car
Yes.
cash price.
Yes.
And that's why everyone uses car finance.
Exactly.
There you
so,
go.
obviously, this is just here and now. The prices and APRs and everything change all over the place. So don't take what we're saying as gospel. Go and check it out for yourself. But one of these 3 cars will be the cheapest. It just so happens that today it's the Suzuki,
But also,
followed by this, followed by the MG.
quickly, Rob,
Yes.
cash price only, which car do you think is the best value for money? Because it's that one.
It's that one.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next test.
I think, Jasper, another key thing with small cars, the reason why people buy small cars, is for manoeuvrability, ease of living with, parking on tight city streets. So
Yes.
to that end, we've put Mr. Wilson in his car,
Hello.
and we're now going to make him do a parallel park whilst being timed between our other 2 cars, and then we'll rotate. But are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, Freddy?
I'm in drive.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, he's
For God's sake. He's taking this way too seriously.
yeah.
Got my reversing camera, absolute piece of piss. Got parking sensors. Stop the clock.
21 seconds.
Hang on, I'm just going to check his lines.
Oh yeah, go and check he's actually in line with the other cars.
If you say this is anything other than perfect, I will hurt you.
He's good.
Great. 21 seconds and 45 100ths of a second.
Great success. Next car.
Next car!
Right, it's now the turn of Mr. King in the Swift. Mr. King, are you ready?
I am, in fact, ready.
I am expecting a full clutch dump here.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, begin! He hasn't gone far enough
He's not gone far
forwards.
enough forwards. So you know the bit where he said, what if he's just bad at parking?
Yeah, which he...
I can't park. I'm really bad at parking.
that is a sad state.
That's a full second attempt. He's too close to my car now.
You're very close.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, I can smell a mixture of tyres and clutch, I think, there.
This is,
Painful?
yeah.
Is my car longer?
No.
He's not in line at all, is
No.
he?
Good job I haven't got anywhere to be after this, isn't it?
Yeah, I cleared the whole day just for this.
Well, I knew, as soon as I knew we were doing a parking challenge.
I can't see where the front is.
Have you not got a 360-degree camera system?
I don't even have front parking sensors.
Well, you stop when you think you're parked.
I don't think I'm going to get parked.
Well, you stop when you think you are.
I'm not. I'm just doing the same thing backwards and forwards
I
over
know,
and over again.
but you tell us, you have to tell us when you're parked.
How close am I at the front?
Well, I can't tell you that. Stop!
Thank you, Rob.
This is honestly...
That's as parked as I'm getting.
Do you want to go and check his lines?
Stop.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to go and check his lines?
I mean, you are not in on this side, but you probably are on...
No.
Yeah, you've got loads of room here.
So he's parked half a metre away from the curb, is
What
what
I
we're
would say
saying.
if I was a horrible person is, when are you going to call a taxi to give you a lift from your car to the curb? Right.
MG3's turn.
Whoa, hang on. That was very embarrassing.
That's why I'm fine with it.
Right, Jasper, are you ready in the MG3?
I am indeed.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. It's quick, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's still what I did though. I got it too shallow.
Bollocks. Yeah, he's very much screwed himself there. I didn't know that you two couldn't.
My God, that's
Tells me an obstacle is very close.
so close.
You would touch Jasper, please.
I think I've cocked that up slightly.
I didn't know you two couldn't park.
You know what's really irritating?
Yeah.
So I can parallel park my 4.5 metre long dash
Yeah.
jogger. But my brain might be broken. I also,
Please be careful. That's very close.
we're not actually against a curb here, so when you have to employ this strategy, usually you do end up on the curb for a little while.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
he's now gone too far in.
Stop the clock.
Stop the clock, hang on. I think you might be on our hypothetical curb, Jasper.
Well, it was 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Yeah, your back left wheel would be on the pavement.
Would it?
Yes.
I don't think it would.
What we've established then
It's Rob's the only one who can park.
is I'm the only one that can park.
Well, that's good. I think we can say that the best parking tech is on the MG3 and the best
best parker
is Rob. So, something else that people care about in all cars is what they're actually like to be inside.
Yeah.
So I thought we could take a look at the interiors of each of these cars and decide what was best
Yes. This is a 3.
This is an MG3.
Yes. We've been in one before.
We have.
What do we think?
I like it.
It's very nice.
This is the most
stylish
interior with probably the nicest
materials
and different colours and stuff.
Now, they're not nice everywhere, but in this segment of car, that will never be the case unless you're buying something like the Aston Martin Signet, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care that these.
Yeah.
It sounds like a wheelie bin when I do that.
They are
it's
built
cheap.
They are built to a price.
It's soft touch under all of the contact points. So your arms rest on soft, the steering wheel is soft, these seats are nice, they're sculpted at the sides. Are you finding them fairly supportive?
Yeah, they're fine.
They're pretty comfortable.
And what's adjustment like? Well, let's start off with driver.
So this is one thing that I do have a slight issue with this car, is the steering column
No reach. Just
No,
rake.
only
reach.
adjusts for rake.
Ah.
But my seat does go up and down. My backrest is on a ratchet mechanism,
Yeah.
not a twiddly dial,
I
and
prefer
obviously
twiddly dial.
the seat moves forwards and backwards. So other than the steering column, it's fine.
I think my only complaint in here is the lack of boutons.
That's my main complaint, is you have to go into this.
Well,
You do and you don't.
yeah, you don't, because if I press this,
More about being frozen.
oh,
And that is a perfect explanation as to why that doesn't work.
if I
If you set your favourites up correctly.
yeah, oh sorry, no, that's I forgot to press the favourite button.
Yeah.
So if I press this star button here, I can now use this to adjust
do
my
temperature and fan
fan speed and turn the air conditioning on and off.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a button press, but it's much easier to remember to press a button and then do that while you're driving than it is to try and tap something in the screen. However, being able to do that would also be quite good. But I'd actually argue that that's quite good because you don't even have to take your hand off the steering wheel to adjust it, whereas you do with that. I think there are some merits with this system.
Next car.
So we are now in the hybrid Mazda 2, and it is a wash with
Let's look, cut to the chase. It's awful.
It's old in here.
It's all the same grey plastic,
So-
irrespective of the
But
surface.
you keep saying it's old. It's from 2019, this design.
But there is a new Yaris interior out now.
The facelift Yaris has a different interior.
Yes, but they haven't done it to this, despite updating the front of the car.
Yeah.
So it now doesn't look quite as much like a Toyota Yaris. So I would have thought they would have done this at the same time, but they haven't. But this is very familiar to me because this is what my GR Yaris looked like.
To be fair, with the facelift on the Toyota, they've got rid of the most useful bits of this interior. You don't get them
You don't
anymore.
get the shelves.
One thing I will give this interior is it is practical.
I like, because it's old-fashioned.
Yeah.
I like that I've got physical climate controls that are separate from the screen, and because the screen is quite laggy, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but your physical climate controls look like they're from a JDV stereo that you bought from 20 quids from Halfords.
I mean,
And,
It's the most expensive car here.
yeah,
and it's-
I fully
it's
appreciate that.
comfortably got the worst interior.
Yeah, I
You
fully
don't-
appreciate
you
that.
don't
It's
even-
grey and black to the point of being offensive.
And this is stabbing into my leg.
Yes.
You don't even have soft touch elements on it. In fact, this armrest is barely soft touch. You don't
Is it
have
soft?
anything
The steering wheel.
barely.
That's
Barely.
pretty poor.
You
Yeah, but
don't
it's
have
soft.
you don't have anything on the door cards.
But you didn't have that on my £35,000 GR.
No, but you do have it on both of the other cars.
I
in this
know,
test.
I know. But this, but the point, the shortcomings of this car is it's based on a 5-year-old Toyota Yaris.
Yeah, but 5-year-old cars in this class had soft touch on the doors, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm not making an excuse for the car.
It sounds like you are.
No, I'm just saying this is. It's so some people can put up with that, some can't. I could put up with it on a £35,000 car because I don't care what the interior of my car is like, as long as I've got Apple CarPlay and physical
Well,
climate
I
controls.
would put up with it on a GR Yaris because that is one of the most exciting cars available for sale. I wouldn't put up with it on a small hybrid hatchback that is unremarkable in every other way because it needs to at least be somewhere nice to sit.
Yeah.
Next car.
So we're in the Swift.
Yes.
And it's already more. This is like in when Dorothy walks into colour in you know, like it's coming out of the black and grey Mazda 2 into some other colours.
You say that, but the contrast colour in this is Windows 98 white.
Yeah, it's not.
But I've got a little silver streak as well.
Yeah.
If we ignore the silver, it's a very two-tone interior, but it at least has some elements of contrast, which is a visual lift for the cabin.
Yes.
I'd also like to praise these seats because these are ridiculously comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
They're so soft, they're really nice and supportive.
And how roomy is this cabin?
Yeah, and also they've got a nice pattern on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel quite roomy. That felt ridiculously cramped, I think.
So much headroom.
I mean, I'm short, so I've got headroom in any car, but...
My seat's all the way low. I still feel quite high, but I do have lots of headroom.
This might be my favourite of the three.
It's more cheerful than the MG3.
Yeah.
I think the MG3 is sharper and more stylish.
This is because this has still got physical climate controls. It's still
buttons
got a big
everywhere.
Screen, buttons on the steering wheel for using stuff.
I mean, there's buttons on the steering
But
wheel
it's-
in the other cars as well.
Yeah, but
these are conventional.
Yeah.
I've also got many ports. I've got 3 USBs and a 12 volt.
I think-
Cup holders, space for the phone, heated seat buttons down here.
do you mean seated heats?
Seated heat.
Single stage,
Yeah.
and it's a proper clicky button.
Yeah. Well, you think this is the best?
I vote for this. You two are going to vote for the MG3.
I
Yeah,
think,
I vote for the MG3.
The MG3, this is a close second, but I think the MG3 just has a little bit more polish in certain areas.
Yes.
And that is...
A distant third.
That's a fourth place
So
entry
3,
at this
2,
point,
1.
really.
Yeah.
Right, next test.
One of the most important things in this segment of car is fuel efficiency. Because at the end of the day, this is the class of car where price really matters with everything when it comes to purchase price or running costs. So, to test that, what we are doing is an economy run. We've got a route which is probably around about 40 miles, and we are going to be driving that and then seeing whose car has been the most fuel efficient. Now, I must say, gents, that for this test, I am slightly nervous because my car is the most powerful by a considerable margin. I've got the same engine size as Rob, but I have got a 3-speed conventional automatic gearbox as opposed to an CVT. And I think that puts me at an immediate disadvantage when it comes to how efficiently this will sip petrol.
Jasper, can you stop braking? I'm trying to do an efficiency run here.
Are we in eco mode?
You can do whatever you want to get the most economy.
Well, I've plumped for eco mode.
Oh, Harry is actually going to irritating levels with this challenge. Harry,
Yeah.
I know we're comparing efficiency, but surely we should compare efficiency in normal driving circumstances, not obscenely slow driving circumstances like how slow my father would drive.
Your father's a normal person?
No, when it comes to fuel economy, he is that person who sits on the motorway at 56 miles an hour, but it takes him 3 years to accelerate up to that speed.
I'm driving responsibly. I'm trying to save the planet, Jasper. Important news from the Suzuki Swift. I'm up to 63.3 mpg, which is not enough. I know that Yaris at these speeds will be doing over 70 mpg.
The news from the Mazda 2 is good, by the way.
What are you at?
75?
Oh, I'm only at 70.
I'm at 49.6.
What?
So it's basically just between me and Harry then.
Yeah, I cannot win this test.
You just need to be a better driver, Jasper.
Hey guys, I'm at 64.2 miles to the gallon.
Oh, good for you. I'm at 76.
Oh, that's cute. I'm at 88.
Guys, You know what I've realised?
What?
Driving efficiently is really boring.
Oh, shit! I had to come to a full stop at a roundabout. And do you know what cut me off? And by cut me off, I mean used the road correctly.
No.
It was an old MG3. The clan is working on your side, Jasper.
Wonderful. Glad to know.
What's everyone's latest figures?
78.4.
72.4.
That's good information to know, guys.
Are you on 90 yet, Rob?
I'm on 96.
I think Rob may actually get to 99.9 and just not know what he's got. Right. To fill up again, I guess.
Or, well, attempt to, yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, guys.
Please make sure you get a receipt, if not at least a photograph of the pump.
Right, chaps, we have some concluding to do.
Let's start by revealing the MPG figures, both what the cars claimed and then what we've worked out by measuring fuel amounts.
I went into the challenge knowing it was unlikely that I'd be able to win due to the larger power output and lower WLTP
Stop making
range,
excuses, just tell us.
etc. My car claimed over the 26.9 miles it reckons it did, that I did 70.6 miles to the gallon, which is higher than WLTP claimed, so I will take that.
Well, number one, my car claimed we did 27.8 miles.
Which is closer to the actual distance we drove than mine.
Yes, closer to the actual distance. And over that distance, it claimed it did 88.1 mpg. Now, my WLTP rating is identical to yours, Jasper. So that's a massive win for this car, I think.
So I got 92.4 miles to the gallon out of my my Mazda 2.
Yes.
So
you've won by 4.3 mpg.
according to the cars.
On the claims.
Yes. But we've actually done the maths because we went and refilled the tanks
Yes.
to the same 2 clicks.
Yes.
And we've got an actual figure of how much petrol each car has used.
So, my car actually, per the fill tank to fill tank,
Yes.
recorded a fuel economy of 87.76 miles to the gallon. The Swift
Yes.
did an actual 112.84 miles to the gallon,
Respectable.
and the Toyota Yaris brackets Mazda 2 recorded an average fuel economy of 120.36 miles to the gallon. Now, we should probably caveat that a little bit.
We went 27 miles.
Which is
So
not...
there is scope for inaccuracy there. We also used less than 2 litres of fuel. All 3 cars used less than 2 litres of fuel to do that.
Mine used just more than 1.
Yeah.
Yes. Which means potentially the fuel pump might not have been 100% accurate
Yes.
because it recommended over 2 litres of filling.
I mean, what we could definitely conclude is, without even trying,
That's one.
that is the most fuel efficient by far.
Especially if I can get it while
Yes.
driving.
If you really, really try, you can get nearly as good an economy figure out of the Swift. And if you aren't really, really trying, you can probably do better in the MG3 Hybrid than you could in the Swift, especially in an urban setting.
I think the thing now is for us to recommend one of these cars when all things are considered.
So that's looking at things like the interior,
That's looking
The
at everything we've
price.
covered in the
Yeah.
video. Yes.
a
But-
summary.
Yes, with the one clarification that we've thought about, which is if you can get 0% finance on that Mazda, then probably buy that. But under, let's say, normal circumstances where that has a rate on it, it's going to be the MG3. We've also looked at the Toyota Yaris. That's currently available with a 2.9% APR. That ends up costing more per month than the MG3. The MG3 has the most standard equipment. It has the most power. The only area it significantly loses out is economy, where it still trumps nearly every other car on the road. It's only because we're comparing these cars that the MG3's come out on the bottom. Over 60 mpg in any petrol vehicle is generally
Really good.
insane.
Yeah.
And you will not feel hard done to at the pump in any of these cars.
No.
So I would recommend the MG3. Rob?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would also
Yeah.
recommend the MG3.
Same here.
So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a like, comment down below, and most importantly though, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss one of these lovely triple test uploads.
There are 2 ways you can support the channel, the first of which is our merchandise store, which is linked in the description below, and you can buy yourself some lovely t-shirts or hoodies or mugs or anything you can stick a Buckle Up logo on. The second of which is you can become a channel member here directly on YouTube, which is a way of supporting us on a monthly basis and enabling us to keep doing what we're doing.
Or if you're a tight ass, you can go into the description and find all of our social medias and just follow us there, and that's free.
That is true.
So the 3 of us will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.